Welcome back, watch fans. We got an amazing episode for you today. Before we even start, make sure you click like, subscribe, upvote button, thumbs up button, whatever it is. And today we're talking about, actually, we're doing a review, a response video to, the Grifter channel. That's right, the Archie Luxury channel. He had actually kind of an interesting discussion. I just noticed that with Hitler's grandson. That's this guy who calls himself Jonathan Quayle Higgins, the Trinity chaser, sending out penile photos to members of the watch community. That's right, unbelievable but true. But this is actually fact. Then we got Patek Philippe, the Slurpee boy, the guy who runs the 7-Eleven empire in Toronto, and he's been embezzling his family's money to buy some shitter watches. And also we got the Klansman from Oklahoma, and actually the interesting discussion. So we're going to see what they have to say and get some comments. And by the way, make sure you click the join button if you want to become a baron, if you want to become an aristocrat in the channel, if you don't want to be just a loser. You freeloaders, you don't want to be a freeloader like Watch Nicholas. You want to be an aristocrat. And you can do that by clicking the join button to get access to all our top secret content. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, I think their channel is actually live.
That has been done, and it was the first. So yeah. So, but I wanted to entertain the punters a little bit. What to look for when you're buying a used Lange. And Russ and I.
Oh yeah. So that's Hitler's grandson, Higgins. Talking about his favorite brand, Lange Söhne, which is also the favorite brand of Der Führer. That's right, Der Führer. It was his favorite brand. But actually, it's actually a revival brand. It's a Phoenix brand. This is, the real Lange Söhne was basically carted away by the Soviets. The Russians came in, and after the war, they basically took everything. They took prisoners from the watchmakers. Everything. They took all the machinery back, parts, everything back to the Soviet Union as part of war reparations. And my understanding, this was told to me by somebody who knows the thing, the reason they took Lange Söhne and not Glashütte was because Lange Söhne actually was basically very connected to Der Führer, whereas Glashütte, was basically, it's the same company, related company, but they were not favored by Der Führer, although they did employ slave labor. That's right. Glashütte did employ slave labor in their factory. I think they were making military, what do you call it? They weren't making watches at that. I think they were making like dials for who knows what they were making, right? Anyway, let's get into this.
We've been discussing this particular watch a couple of days ago. Why is that's not jumping on? So 1 second. Okay.
No problem. We got Mr. Trinity in the chat as well saying that the Patek Philippe is sexy. He always tells us to stay sexy.
Oh, see, this is what we have a Baron Snoosen. That's right. This man is an aristocrat. I've heard so many disaster servicing from Lange. You know what? I'll tell you something interesting. I heard from an AD, right, who worked at a boutique. One of the Omega brand owns the Omega owns Omega owns Glashütte, Breguet, and Omega and Swatch, right? And he told me they got some real problems. They got a lot of returns from the Glashütte. So listen, the Germans, the Germans aren't what they used to be. I mean, I don't know. They gotta bring Der Führer back, because I think they probably have all these these migrants from Pakistan or all these Middle Eastern migrants coming in there who don't know how to make watches, because real authentic Aryan would not. I mean, it would be disgrace to make bad machinery, right? I mean, but this is what's been happening with Mercedes. All the German car companies have the same problem. I mean, it's really like I don't know what to tell you, but things have been going downhill for about 20 years. I don't know. Is it a coincidence or no?
It is. the Patek from the front and from the
we should find out by asking Hitler's grandson. That's Higgins.
Dial is super.
I don't like it, by the way. I don't know why he's not proud of his ancestry. Anyway, so this is the watch. Now, apparently, this is a watch. Now, by the way, in this conversation, I think they were talking about the rise of the indie brands. And actually, there's an interesting point they bring up. I think Patel, Slurpee Boy, brings this up, which is that some of these indie brands like Recepi, and there's a bunch of these other guys, there's too many of them to count now. You got, one of the ones I like is this guy, Simon Brette, which we've been talking about for a while, for about 6 months now. That's become a very hot brand. But basically what they're saying is, hey, these guys are doing much better work. I mean, much more impressive than the Holy Trinity, so-called, the hoary Trinity. Is the hoary Trinity in danger? Is Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, and Vacheron in danger of being surpassed by these upstarts? Let's see what they have to say. But anyway, so Patel, actually, he's interested in getting this watch from Patek. Let's see what Hitler's grandson has to say.
Look at it on the strap, Iggy, baby. Look how sexy this looks. Come on. All right, I'll put your thing back.
Yeah, mud color. Okay, so what you have to know about Lange is service history. I know that Lange is taking pictures of each watch, of every watch that is leaving the factory, and why they do it is they memorize the position of the screws on the case back.
Ooh.
So the first line of action, and you and I have been talking about that. The first line of action when you're buying a Lange is to make sure that it hasn't been opened after it received a service from Lange. Why is that?
Interesting. Okay, so Higgins, he's got the inside scoop from Der Führer.
I had now the case 2 or 3 times where Lange, without even looking close to the watch, they quoted me a higher price than their normal service prices, because the watch has been opened and there's potential damage to the watch. So they don't even open it. They don't
excuses.
Even inspect the parts. They just look at the position of the crown, and when they detect it has been opened in the meantime and not by somebody in the Lange.
The Germans are very, very, the real Germans. I'm talking about, real authentic Germans. They're very, very specific. Things need to be in order. They need to be in order.
Organization, they charge you more, and that is a risky game. So when you have decided for a particular watch, I advise everybody to have a picture of the case back and contact Lange if that watch has been opened by a third party or not. So that is what I would do if you're really seriously interested in a Lange. I would call my friends and ask them, hey, is that watch okay, or does that classify for having been opened by an external company?
Yeah, there's a famous story on YouTube. You guys can look it up. Like Lange horror is easy to find, right? It's a very, very famous story, and that is how they actually figured out that the watch was tampered with. Was Lange had a photograph of the watch as it had left the factory and said,
the records. We have the records.
The screws are not in the same place, and therefore it's been tampered, and you have to pay for the service. So yeah, it's a bit of a minefield, guys. This is why I'm glad Higgy's on, because people don't usually talk about it. People don't talk about, people always talk about the minefield and vintage, but they don't really talk about when it comes to Lange. We have one super chat here, Higgy, before I let you get back to it. We got killed in here, $2. Thanks so much.
See, the problem with these watches, the Lange watch, is again, you got a hockey puck on the wrist. Like, what's the point of the watch? It really makes no sense. But anyway, let's get to the more interesting stuff. They're going to be talking about, I don't know, some shitter brands.
There's nothing wrong with that. I was just showing this because, in my opinion, it's one of the most beautiful watches introduced in 2024. Naoya Hida, very small company from Japan, and now they have the two-tone steel and rose gold, and they improved the moon face. Now it has lapis lazuli and the gold moon with a smiling face. Previously,
I'm sorry, I don't understand this watch. This is again one of these, I'm sure it's interesting.
This was old gold colored, which was not
big fucking
discovered Breguet just recently.
Watches are like this. I mean, but I don't get this. This is ridiculous. This is ugly. Seriously, this is disaster. I mean, again, Higgins wouldn't know anything. Oh, they're talking about the Breguet. Speaking of shitter,
lug design that they showed me on the enamel piece that I tried on at watch time, and that was my only gripe, was it felt a little too flat. But I love that moon phase. I think that's really cool. Yeah. Obviously, Breguet hands.
Yeah, the problem is, okay, hang on. I think he talks about this. Hang on, this is interesting. Let me see what the Slurpee boy has to say.
Yeah, but you don't own one now. You do. You don't have
not at the moment.
Yeah. No. I didn't think so.
So does it fit flat on the wrist? Like, how does it fit?
It is those lugs make the watch sitting flat on the wrist, but that makes it also gain a little bit of size, if that makes sense.
It's a fucked up watch, is what they're trying to say in diplomatic words. The problem. Oh, look at this. Oh shit, this is some sort of fugazi money. It's not even real money. but I don't even know what this money is. What kind of currency is this? What kind of currency? This is probably like some sort of rupees. This is like 20 cents or something. What is this currency? We don't know what this currency is. It's got to be like, it's like the peso cannon. But okay, we got the peso cannon. Yes, you are an official. Actually, you really have to join the channel at $4.95 a month to become a baron, to have access to the channel. But what they're talking about is the Breguet. And this is my problem with Breguet. You know what it is? Guys, here's my issue with Breguet. And this is the word I was looking for. I'm going to articulate it in 5 seconds, right? You have, for example, in the world of antique furniture, right? You have your, I don't know, Louis 15, Louis, what, 18th century French furniture, stuff made in the 1700s, stuff made in the early 1800s, quite valuable, right? Especially late 1700s. That I forgot which period, but Louis, whatever it is, very valuable, right? And then you got what's called a reproduction furniture. That's right, reproduction furniture. You got these lowlives in China, Egypt, and like Mexico who make fake French furniture that looks kind of like, I don't know. They got a lot of the ormolu, the bronze, the bronze finish. It's all fugazi. It's all cheap garbage. It's made in like, I think the Egyptians used to make it. Now the Chinese make it. But and if you go into any area, if you walk around like tourist areas in big cities, for example, you walk around the Midtown Manhattan, like I think on 57th Street, they have a couple of these stores. They got the big chandelier there. It's always a big retail store. They got like a lot of, it looks kind of like it's expensive furniture or antiques. It's all fake. It's all reproduction furniture. And that is exactly what Breguet is, okay? The real Breguet was done in the late 1700s, I think early 1800s, right? And basically what they're doing now is they're doing a reproduction of, a 250-year-old design. That's right. So these cocksuckers at Omega, they're doing a reproduction. And that is my issue with Breguet. I think in the 80s they could do it a little bit because Daniel Roth, it was originally, okay, whatever. We'll give him a pass. But, at this point, basically people are all excited. But this is, actually, no, it's hard to say. I'm almost willing to give him a pass a little bit because the work is so beautiful that they were doing that it's good that somebody's kind of doing it, but it's a revival, basically. It's kind of a revival and with a little bit of modern technology. And I think it's dishonest. It's basically a reproduction furniture. I hate reproduction furniture. I only want to that's why I'm against all these vintage watch redos, these revivals of a watch that went out of production in the 50s or 60s or 30s, Hamilton, whatever. I don't want a reproduction watch. I want the real deal. I want the real vintage product. Otherwise, we're living in 2025. I want a modern product, okay? And Patek, other brands, they do beautiful work. Okay, let's see what these bukiaks have to say.
Send it to myself or something like that.
Guilloche, if you like the way the watch looks, also the standard dial is good. My recommendation would be have a white gold with a black dial.
I actually look, if you're going to have a Lange Söhne, you need to have the black dial because that's very, how shall we say, very Nazi-like. It's very, the Führer would have approved. No, seriously. I mean, it was part of the whole Nazi aesthetic. No, really, I'm serious. By the way, the Nazis had good taste. I mean, seriously, if you look at their uniforms, they had the best uniforms. I mean, the Germans had the best uniforms in World War II. I mean, they were sharp. They were into the whole leather thing, the whole leather trench coats. I mean, if you're going to go, look, if you're going to have a Lange, you got to have something that looks, something that Der Führer would buy as a gift. This watch fits the bill. And it's white gold or steel, which again, they're not going to do yellow gold. It's more austere. It's more Germanic this way.
Is the white gold with the black dial or is it the silver dial on the white gold from what I remember on that one?
I don't know that. Maybe it's a platinum with black dial. I don't know the policy.
Actually, Marco Ferrante bought one of these recently. I'm going to show you the one he got. Traditional. He got it with a blue dial. It's a more limited version.
The Pillsbury Doughboy. The Taliban beard.
Also, please do not Google Operation Clausewitz. Thank you.
Right. Oh, we got this is the Traditional that Marco Ferrante got.
Okay, so the Pillsbury Doughboy with the Taliban beard bought this Vacheron, which is, You know what? Actually, it's a nice looking watch. I think it's a little bit big. I think this one is like it's. I think they make these Vacherons like too big, like 40 something. It's over 40 millimeter, which is too big for a dress watch. But then again, the Pillsbury Doughboy would know that. I mean, you know, he puts this on his chubby little hands. You know, it's probably more. You know, it probably is better look for him when he goes to visit. You know, what's his name, Uncle Curly. Who we're going to call now, officially, we're referring to Curly as Don Corleone. Don Corleone. Don Corleone. I'm going to put this now. Curly is... Let me put this. That's right. That's our new name for Corleone, and he is the Don of Chomoville. That's right. He's the Godfather. The Godfather. Chomoville. Chomoville. Let me put this in here in the comments. Corleone. I love this. This is great. I feel like I'm a genius. Hang on a second. There we go. Don Corleone. Don Corleone. Allora, il Grand Cafone del Chomoville. Chomoville. That's right. He's the godfather of Chomoville. Okay, let's talk about the Chomoville watches. So yeah, this watch is too big. The hands are beautiful. Marker. I mean, it's a nice watch. The dial. I mean, the problem I have with this is if I'm going to buy like a dress watch, like I'd rather just get a Patek. Oh shit! What happened? What happened? Oh shit! What happened? What happened? What happened? There we go. What happened to our stream here? Hang on a second. That's right. Yeah. So basically, so if I were to get, let me pull this back up. If I were to get, the problem I have with this watch is I'd rather get a 60s Patek for about $7,000, which is the real deal. I mean, it's a fine watch. Don't get me wrong. It's, you know, very nice quality, but you know what? It's kind of like, you know, whatever. I mean, I'd rather have like, I don't know, how much is this? Probably like 20 grand or something. I don't know. Probably 20 grand. I'm sure he gets a big discount, but it's probably about 20 grand, 18 grand retail, 60. I don't even know. I don't really care. I'd rather get the real deal Patek because that's gonna. I think that I want the authentic product. I don't want some sort of reproduction.
My only beef with the way you said is the term better, right? And I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna use the analogy of cars here. I don't necessarily consider Koenigsegg better than.
Oh, hold on a second. This actually is a good discussion. This is why I'm doing this video, because Slurpee Boy actually has something interesting to say. He has a very interesting viewpoint about the indie brands. Actually, this is the point of the whole video. This is the point of the whole video.
He got traditional. He got it with a blue dial. It's a more limited version. I'm gonna pull up his for you here.
Oh, real money here. This
Also,
is
please
real
do
money.
not Google Operation Clausewitz. Thank you.
All right. This is the traditional that Marco Ferrante got.
We got a super chat. Hang on, we got a super chat. I forgot. I'm supposed to read the super chats. I'm sorry, guys. Mr. Baron Snoo Snoo, £5. That's real money, by the way. Pounds, not Canadian dollars. Canadian pesos. Praying JLC release white gold black doll JLC perpetual. Ooh, JLC. You know what? Just for you. You know what I'm gonna do? Just for you. I'm gonna. I'll go to the. We'll look at JLC perpetuals. My question to you though is: would you be open to a Polaris? Actually, hang on a second. Let me just pivot real quick because we got a real Baron here and a donator. Let's pull this up real quick. This is what we do. This is what we do here for the aristocrats, not the peasants. The aristocrats get white glove service. Okay, so as you can see here, JLC, you can get a perpetual starting as low as $7,000. That's right, $7,000. You can get this. There are some issues with these. These are a little bit older. They got like that movement by what I forget the guy who made these originally, and basically, if you advance it too fast, you're gonna have some problems. But if you're very careful, you'll be okay. So basically, don't advance it, because otherwise you're screwed. Here's what I love about these JLC perpetuals. It's the guy from IWC, whatever his name was. What I really like about this is they got the year. They got the year in there. So it's like, that's great. I love that. That means it's a real time machine. It's legitimately a time machine on your wrist. I mean, you can wear this for 50 years and, you know, it'll be telling you 2075, assuming the watch works. This one looks, it's a little, something's happening with this dial. I don't know. What happened with that January? I'm zooming in here. Something is going on with those. Yeah, I think something, I don't know, something's, whatever. But you get the idea, right? This is not bad. I mean, just to show you that you're going to have to set aside, I'm just telling you right now, anytime you buy one of these watches, you're going to have to set aside, let's call it a couple of grand for servicing, because most likely they've never been serviced and you're probably going to run into an issue at some point. It may not happen in the first year or whatever. It's kind of like buying a Bentley, a used Bentley, you know? The price might seem cheap, and you know, you're actually getting a good value, but you can't buy the car if you're broke, because you know, you may have something catastrophic. It's very possible something catastrophic could happen. I mean, again, it's a number, you never know with any cars. I mean, Mercedes also, but you never know. So it's like you got to have a couple of grand set aside. I think these, by the way, are very cool. It's a manual wind perpetual. And they do make this in gold. I've seen this for about 16 grand in gold. It's big, which, you know, it's got the deploy. Again, this is steel. I would not wear steel. The gold one, I've seen them for like about 16 grand. It's 8-day manual wind. Again, it's manual wind, which, you know, I don't know. It could be interesting because you know, you have more of a relationship with a manual wind watch. I know that sounds corny, but yeah. Okay, so this is, you got these models, which are kind of cool. This is kind of that new neo-vintage. I would get this in gold, not white metal. Excuse me, not steel. So basically, you got something like this, which is kind of cool. This one has bad condition issues. You got you got this one. I think it's a little price. Yeah, by the way, these watches were like $9,000 2 years ago. So I mean, I don't know. I don't like this big increase. These things were like 9 grand full set 2 years ago. So it kind of bothers me. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't like this. I don't know. There's been a big increase. Big increase in these. I mean, seriously, like this, you could have gotten this. I think, what do they call the Dr. No? Not this one. The Dr. No or something like that. I never saw the movie or whatever it is, Dr. No. But I think these were like 9 grand. The problem is it's steel. I'm not going to wear a steel watch as a dress watch. So, but hang on a second. Let's get into. Is this gold? Yeah, rose gold. Okay, so look at this. This over here is the. Wait till you see the case. Can we see the back, the movement? Again, like this type of watch, if you can get this for like 14 grand, 12 in gold, I think it's actually worth it because it's very unique. Very unique. Let's see. Let's see. Again, manual wind. It's chunky. By the way, we're gonna have some drama. We're gonna get to the drama. We're gonna be talking about Chomoville. We'll be talking about Chomoville and Kukistan. That's right, Chomoville. Watch Nicholas. Why don't you hop on? We're gonna be talking about Uncle Curly, aka he's now the Don Corleone, the godfather of Chomoville. That's right, Don Corleone, the godfather of Chomoville. That's right, unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable. Okay, so let's get to let me just finish off on the tangent here of the perpetual, and then we'll go to the drama stuff because we're losing people. They don't want to hear the watch content. They're here for chomo talk and groomer talk, and we're gonna have a lot of groomer talk. By the way, this is actually kind of cool. Also, platinum. Very few of these, but there's no display back, which kind of is I don't know. Okay, this is I actually had one of these on the wrist. White gold gray dial. It looks better in person, but these were like 22 grand or something. A couple years ago. New. How can they sell them for more? These prices don't make sense. I love this rotor though. Look at this rotor. The modern rotors that JLC does. I love this rotor. Beautiful rotor design. Yeah, it's a problem. So I think, the one watch, which I think is interesting, but again, it's kind of like, it's almost, what is this? Rose gold blue dial. I actually saw this. It's not bad, but 30 grand, it's a lot of money. 30 grand for a JLC. I can't do it. I think retail, it's like crazy prices. They're crazy. They're nuts. And this is, okay. It's not bad. The blue dial is not bad. Which is cool? I highly recommend you check out this watch, the Polaris Perpetual. If it was significantly cheaper, I would actually be interested. Why? What makes this watch great? It's basically a sports watch that's a perpetual, meaning you can give it a beating. And it's got a timing function. It's like the Yachtmaster. You turn this over here, you turn this, and it's like a Yachtmaster. And it's a perpetual calendar, and it's got the year and the millennium. Look at that. And you can put on a rubber strap or a leather strap. The only problem is it's a little thick. It wears like a Rolex. It wears like a Sky Dweller almost. It's a big watch. It's like a 40. I actually had on the wrist. It wasn't bad. I think it's like 40 millimeter. They maybe 42, but it was okay. It was okay. I could barely get away with it. This watch is interesting. If prices dropped a lot, I'd be into it. Okay, let's get back to the Chomos.
Yeah, blue dial, very nice, right? It's the same watch. It's just different configuration of it.
Okay,
Rich Mitch, and I think it's a great choice. You wanted a high quality piece for not too much money. Vacheron's gonna have a Geneva seal. Like it's up there, man. It's respectable. So
still, the LUC is much better.
It's basically, let's be honest, it's basically a Movado.
Yeah, honestly, I don't have to have the blue dial in this one, Rich Mitch. Like I prefer the rose gold simple opaline dial. But yeah, hey, other people, it's whatever you like, right? Whatever colorway you like. But I just think it's for that price range, the 10,000-ish pound range is pretty good.
I have a question to the Rancher. Rancher, do you think that
actually, I'm not into this watch, but one of our aristocrats. Well, actually, he's not an aristocrat, but Bruce Lee, the Hong Kong collector, super collector, he loves the IWC Da Vinci ceramic. He was raving about it. He was talking about how important it is, and the whole whatever. It's the first ceramic watch. Blah 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 blah. The Bell & Ross is garbage. Carbon orange. Fuck that. IWC. I've seen a watch. It's a funky watch. It's not my speed, but the Bruce Lee, the super collector, he's very. He thinks it's a great watch, and it's cheap. They're like very cheap right now. He thinks it's a great value.
The Holy Trinity is still valid? Holds any value?
Well, I think it was invented as a marketing term, and I think.
Okay. So this is interesting, guys. Okay, here comes the good part. So these the three musketeers, the three Boukiaks, they're going to be talking about the Holy Trinity versus these upstarts. That's right, these upstart indie brands. So we got Clivers, aka the Klansmen, We got Higgins, aka Hitler's grandson, and Patek Philippe, aka the Slurpee boy, the 7-Eleven baron.
Yeah. It's only like a nerd term,
Masturbates
basically.
in Slurpees.
I mean, Higgins, you were selling watches in the 80s. Was that a term you used back then? Like, was that a term you used?
It was, but that is exactly my point. When I started selling watches in the 1980s, yes, I'm that old. I started in 1985. There was the Holy Trinity, and there was nothing better than the Holy Trinity. There was no Richard Mille, there was no Gräuble Fossé, there was no...
You know what's better is Ladyboys. This guy loves Ladyboys. I think one of his favorite movies is Anal University. That's right. We saw that. That's part of his downloads. Anal University. I remember.
No, Recep.
He's the professor. He's Herr Professor, Herr Doctor von Anal University.
There was nothing that was better than the Holy Trinity. And today we have so many little small companies that are performing so high that make better watches than the Holy Trinity.
Okay, interesting point. So Higgins is basically saying that, yeah, the problem is when he got started back in, again, these are all boomers, old farts. And when Higgins got started in the 80s, the top three, everybody knew, just Patek, Vacheron, and AP. And you didn't have all these independent brands, but now these guys are making great quality stuff. It's artisanal, it's unique, it's very innovative, and that's the big deal. High innovation, and that's taking away the spotlight. It's all of a sudden like, hey, you got so let's see. So Slurpee Boy is going to bring up an interesting point, by the way.
And that is why, in my opinion, the Holy Trinity has no value at all in our time.
My only beef with the way you said is the term "better," right? And I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna use the analogy of cars here. I don't necessarily consider Koenigsegg better than Ferrari. Okay, Ferrari makes high-end cars too, like very, very high-end. That you would say are hypercars, like a Koenigsegg is. Like Koenigsegg makes hypercars. That's their brand, right? When you say better than Patek, let's use Recepi.
Yeah, better finished
right,
overall.
Right, but a Recepi is also triple the price. Let's not fuck around here. How much is a Recepi?
Let's also read the super chat.
No, we did. I already got it.
We did? Okay.
Yeah.
About the traditional guichet?
I already got it. Yeah, I already got it.
Okay,
the Recepi is like what, 150,000 euros? Like, what's the Recepi?
Okay, so basically, Hitler's grandson is saying that essentially the Holy Trinity is essentially it's meaningless now, because now you have these incredible brands. You got, again, I think one of the better ones now, which is the Simone Brette. You got this Recepi, which I think is garbage. But I don't understand a lot of these. Laurent Ferry, not Laurent Ferry. What's the other one? What I'm talking. There's a bunch of these guys. To me, they're like, the only one that I think is interesting is the Simone Brette. But it's okay. It's whatever. It's no, it's like, okay, it's beautifully made. Who cares? Okay, next. You got FP Journe, which is kind of, but FP Journe is not even considered that independent anymore. It's kind of like you got all these upstarts. And Patel is saying, hey, it's like in the cars, you got kind of, the supercars, like you may have Ferrari, Lamborghini, which are a couple $100,000 or whatever, but then you have like Koenigsegg, or you have something really exotic that's like starts in the seven figures, like Bugatti and whatever. And even Koenig, stuff beyond that.
Be Chronomet Contemporain right now.
I think 120. It used to be 60.
Okay, it used to be 60, but it's not the point right now. And to even get one on secondary market, it's like 300, probably 600, right? Like, okay, that's where I start questioning this whole.
Recepi, $600,000. That's a garbage watch.
Better, because you're paying 6 times more than that the price on some of these watches.
Yeah, but
6 times retail. Can you imagine that, a premium of 6 times? It's a recipe for disaster. People are getting carried away with these stupid indie brands. They really are. I think this is a massive bubble.
Okay, now we're going to an extreme example, but you know that Lange and, for example, Chopard, LUC, they have a similar or better degree of finishing for a similar price.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to tend to agree with you. Like Laurent Ferrier, Elie Chopard. Like, yes, I would agree in those areas that yes, there are.
Oh, I see what you did here. That's right. No, that's right. Anal University. That's right. Anal University and Ladyboy Academy. By the way, listen, the Bentley has no problems. The only problem I'm having is the wheels. They got the chrome wheels, and there's corrosion happening in the wheels because, I don't know, corrosion with chrome. I've never had chrome wheels before, but yeah, it's 2006, right? So the wheels, I don't know, it's like almost 20 years old. No, it's 20 years old, basically. Car drive is amazing, by the way. I got 56,000 miles, but the wheels, I'm having problems with the wheels all the time. I'm looking for new wheels, but it's expensive. Like, to get the wheels, like $4,000 for what do they call them? Knockoffs, knockdowns, or whatever they're called. Takeoffs. Because I got to have the original Bentley wheels, but it's going to be $4,000, and they're only going to give me like $100 from my existing ones. So it's like unpleasant. It's unpleasant. But something has to be done. I'm dealing with all sorts of tomato cans having these wheels fit, all sorts of nonsense.
I said the same thing to Kelsowitz with the Audemars Piguet. I said, why did you pick Patek Philippe over a watch that arguably is better and probably at a very similar price? And his whole reasons were different than the finishing part of it. But like,
oh, you talk Kesselitz. Kesselitz is a Bouquiac. I mean, Laurent Ferrier is a garbage watch, by the way.
When you say that, oh, these are better, they're also a lot more money. And the Pateks that are at that money range are incomparable quality in certain cases.
So Slurpy Boy is basically saying Patek is still the king.
So, I don't know. I think that kind of statement that he's making, because that's a statement that a lot of people say, and you need to take that with a grain of salt, because I don't think it's.
Well, I agree with taking the price in consideration. I was just trying to draw a picture that no matter of the price, nothing was better than the Holy Trinity back in 1985. There was nothing.
That's the same thing in the car.
That's right. Yeah, the world is things have changed in the last, really in the last 10 years for sure. I mean, it started earlier, but it's
right. There was no Koenigsegg in the 1980s,
exactly.
right? Like
it was Porsche,
Ferrari,
BMW, and Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah, and even you still had Ferrari, you had Lamborghini. McLaren had.
I like Higgins, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes. They're the top three. Only the German cars. Not Ferrari, Lamborghini. Bentley, Aston Martin. Who else was out there? What does it? Maserati. I don't want to say Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is kind of not, but Maserati. Yeah.
Hadn't come out then, right? There's no McLaren F1. I'm talking because that's how I'm looking at what Recepi is, or Q4, or Kari Voutilainen. Those are like the hypercars, the ultra luxury.
Kari Voutilainen, another brand. I don't understand Recepi, Kari Voutilainen. So basically, Patel is comparing Kari Voutilainen and Recepi to like the Koenigsegg and really stuff which is very exotic. Non-mainstream, whereas the other stuff, the Pateks, all that is kind of like your Bentley, your Ferrari, whatever.
Luxury shit, right? Like, it's in a different category than the Trinity. That's why I don't even think it's comparable, because a hypercar is not comparable to a supercar. They're completely different ball games.
Okay, hypercar versus supercar.
I agree in the sense that they didn't exist at the time, but I don't say that you're really comparing apples to apples. You were saying something about Rolex. What were you mentioning on the Rolex side?
I forgot already. Sorry.
Well, I mean, Rolex is a good comparison. Rolex has always been compared to Grand Seiko. And Grand Seiko arguably is better value for money than Rolex is in certain cases. People say. I don't agree completely with that either. But Clyde, what do you think? Would you say Grand Seiko is Rolex money for a cheaper?
I mean, come on, you can't compare. You just can't. Forget about. I don't want to hear about movements. I don't want to hear about the movement story. People are buying the emotional design. It's kind of like, you can't. I mean, you can't compare. It's like a fucking Grand Seiko. I mean, Grand Seiko is like a Toyota. I'm sure it's very reliable, but it's not a Mercedes SL. Convertible SL.
Price, or do you think that even holds true today?
Well, it's really hard to tell, especially since Grand Seiko keeps going up in their price constantly. I think it used to be Rolex money for maybe even higher than that. I remember someone gave me small baby gets wiped 235 SB GW 235, and it's a Grand. Actually, it's no.
Okay. Oh, by the way, so Clive, aka the Klansman, he pulls out. He's showing off some of the watches from the Clive collection. And he's got a Gerard Perregaux. This is like a 1950s, I think early 50s, it looks like, right? And, again, Bruce Lee is a big fan of Gerard Perregaux. He had something interesting to say, which is like, why is Gerard Perregaux, nobody cares about Gerard Perregaux, and they care about Patek Philippe, He's basically saying it's just luck. I mean, Gerard Perregaux is, just as good. They make complications. It's been around just as long. It's really same thing as Patek. It's just somehow Patek got lucky with marketing or whatever, and that's it. But it's an interesting watch. I mean, this is Gerard. He probably paid like $3,000 for this watch. It's a little too. For me, the issue with again, it's a nice watch for $3,000, great value, all that. The problem I have with these 50s watches, I think Clive is, it's a little bit too boomery for me. You know what I mean? It's a little too boomery. I think the way the world is going is the cutoff point is like the mid 60s, space age, John F. Kennedy era. Okay, so I don't want anything before Kennedy. Okay, so this watch is kind of that 1950s Eames era. And, the Eames stuff is out. The stuff that's in is space age, like, what's his name? Werner Panton. Panton? Whatever, you know what I said. But, stuff like that, 60s, space age, stuff like that. It's a little too precious, the guilloche, the whole thing. Very nice watch. And the sword hand, it's a little too... I think what's going to happen is it's going to look a little bit old-fashioned for people in the future. But you know what? If you put this on a suede strap, it'll wear like a younger watch. I mean, it looks a little too formal here. And then, okay, now this is interesting. So then Clive whips out his boomer watch.
Oh, fuck, Clivers, you got it. The patina is fucking nice, man. Like, it's clean.
Yep. Like I said, but at one point.
Okay, so I hate this stuff. Okay, he's got the tomato can Rolex Submariner. And, by the way, I think this whole thing with a vintage Rolex is way, it's, I think it's done. I think with the vintage Rolex, it's just stupid. First of all, these are just busted down tool watches. It's almost like you're collecting old Stanley tools. And again, these people are raving, they're masturbating over this watch. I mean, they're like jerking off over it. I mean, it's just an old busted down watch. It's missing the little pearl. It's all faded and everything else. And they're talking about the loom and this and that. By the way, so I just want to mention one thing. The problem I have with vintage Rolex, when I talk about vintage watches, I almost never put Rolex in that category. And the reason is this. The reason is, when I talk about vintage watches, I'm generally talking about precious metal, dress watches, stuff that's elegant. I'm talking about elegance, okay? I'm not talking about old tractors, okay? There's people who collect old trucks, old tractors. It's kind of like the difference between collecting a 1960s Ferrari versus a 1950s pickup truck, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's kind of the difference. The Rolex is kind of the pickup truck, the Chevy pickup truck. There's people who collect that. I mean, they like that. They like the old beat-up truck. They love it, and it drives. There's a lot of very wealthy people, especially in Texas. They love driving old beat-up pickup trucks. Sam Walton, guy was a billionaire. He drove a busted-down Chevy forever. He was the richest man in the world at one point. Anyway, so the real problem I have with the Rolex vintage, I hate to use the word vintage, these old used Rolex, is it's a minefield of Frankenstein watches. And all these guys, they all claim to be experts. These jerk-offs you see on YouTube, they're pulling out their loop and this and that. They're looking up close like they're, examining, a Leonardo da Vinci painting or something. I mean, these guys, like, they're real connoisseurs, these guys with their loops, and they ooh and ah, then they tell you, you got that, what I'm talking about. You got that Bukiak on 47th Street, who's in New Jersey. You got that bridge and tunnel Bukiak. You know what I'm talking about, the Bukiak, who's like, he looks like an old carny, looks like an old busted down, that bridge and tunnel Bukiak, who claims that a Rolex named the watch after him. He's such a Bukiak that they actually called it the Bukiakli. They called it the Bukiakli watch. You know what I'm talking about? And then you got the other grifter in Miami with you got this Bukiak in Miami. I mean, think about this. You're in Miami. It's always hot and humid. And this Bukiak he's got this uniform of T-shirts and these denim, like, I don't even know what you call them. They're not like, they're like work jacket. It's kind of like, I think he thinks he's like a hipster or something. But you can't wear that in Miami, the hot fabric. I mean, you're going to be sweating with the humidity. Can you imagine how he smells? That guy smells like a fucking animal, probably. I mean, in Miami, you're supposed to wear a linen, maybe, okay? And I wouldn't even wear cotton T-shirts in Miami. It's disgusting, the humidity. This Bukiak with his the T-shirts and the hipster jackets. I mean, yeah, these guys don't know anything. Okay, it's a bunch of Frankenstein Rolexes out there. They mix in the parts. You don't know what's. I guarantee you, the guys who think they know, they don't know. Nobody really knows because nobody really knows. That's the problem. Nobody really knows because Rolex never kept records. Rolex never kept records, and people are making it up as it goes along. You know what it is? It's kind of like, in the art business, when it comes down to like certain paintings, like old master paintings, they're not signed. Nobody's sure. Is it this guy? Is that? Is an old expression, which is, hey, if it looks right, it is right. If it looks right, it is right. Meaning, hey, it looks good enough, close enough. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Is it, Rembrandt? Nah, it's not right. Whatever, if it passes for a Rembrandt, we'll sell it as a Rembrandt. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the Rolex, these busted down Rolexes, they're the equivalent of a 46 GM pickup truck that's rusted down. I remember I dated a girl. Was that the word date? Yeah. And she drove, actually, this is kind of, I guess she drove a pickup truck, some sort of 1960s pickup. Apparently it was a collectible pickup truck. I don't know. She got this pickup truck somewhere. I don't know, probably from some other guy. Who knows? But she drove this pickup truck I was in Marina Del Rey, right? And she would drive from Pasadena to me, and she would have to fill it up with oil, quart, one of those little quarts of oil, which, to get back and forth because the car would burn. And in the back of the bed of the pickup, she had a bunch of empty oil things. And I said, what, does it make sense to, whatever? Oh, I like the truck. Yeah, she was like an artist or whatever. It's a thing, It's a thing. But that's what that is. Yeah, Bukiak, that's right. That's right. That's the correct way of spelling it. Artem Pizdets. You talking about Artem Pizdets? Magic City. What is Magic City? Is that one of the grifters? Yeah, I can't. I don't think Patel came out. I think Patel. I don't think Patel has any original ideas. He's very good at stealing other people's ideas. He probably, just like he steals from the family 7-Eleven business. He's embezzling money to buy Pateks. He's been embezzling money for years. So these old Rolexes, guys, I'm telling you, this is, if you have any of this garbage, I don't care if it's a Paul Newman, it's $100,000 Submariner, red date, this day, blah, blah, blah. It's garbage. Okay. It's trash. Get rid of it. It's garbage. It's the emperor's new clothes. Don't be a sucker. Don't be a tomato can. This type of garbage. It's Bukiak material. Okay. Total trash. It's ugly. Let me ask you a question. Here's what you need to know. Here's kind of how you determine if the watch is any good. If you're wearing this watch, are you going to impress any hookers with this watch? Any strippers, hookers, other gutter snipes, debutantes, whatever? Okay, I guarantee you there is no female on the planet who will be impressed by this watch. If they see you wearing this, and this is probably like, I don't know, this could be like a 20. I have no idea what this watch is worth. It could be like a 20, 30,000. I have no idea. Could be a $30,000. I would have zero idea. Maybe 20,000, 50. I have no idea. Zero idea, because it's got the original. Who the fuck cares? I guarantee you, any girl seeing you wearing this watch, it's gonna be like, see you later. This watch, see you later. But if you're wearing, well, this watch is garbage also. I mean, again, these watches, this is the best type of birth control. These watches are the best form of birth control because you're never gonna get laid. Nobody will have sex with you if you're wearing this watch. I'm talking about women and men. That's right. If you go to like one of these gay bathhouses with Uncle Chomo and OC and the dog trainer in Chicago, we're talking about Man Country Bathhouse. If you show up with this watch, and it is waterproof, right? Even those guys won't fuck you. Okay. Yeah, it's that bad. That's how bad this is. Hang on a second. Let me pull this up. This is also terrible. By the way, this is what is it? This is a Milgauss that's kind of like a turnograph. Oh, and then Patel starts talking about the turnograph.
an anti-magnetic, like anti-rain, not too trivial to discuss, or could Rolex modernize it and call it EMP proof. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's you're kind of on the right way.
They don't know the old Rolex.
The
Yeah,
man, like that's
they
what I think
want
turnograph.
new. They want
That's what I'm thinking.
shiny.
Rolex turnograph.
Or the blue dial with the red hand.
Watch Nick. Hold on, watch Nicholas. If you hop on, okay, watch Nicholas. I'm gonna make you a deal. If you hop on, I'll cover it. We got if you hop onto the link, we got the link. If you hop on, we can talk about the Soyego stuff. It's gold. I mean, that stuff is gold because that's basically, it's not colony. I'm calling it now. Hang on. There we go. That's the link. It's not the colony. Our new name for it is Chomoville. No, Kukistan. Hang on. Kukistan. That's the watch colony. It's the Kukistan. So we're gonna cover this. This is great stuff. We're gonna this is like that. Okay, we got some comedy gold coming up here. Comedy gold in just a second. We're gonna pivot to some homoerotic talk in just a second. I know you guys are waiting for this. Okay, so now you talk
the turnograph.
I love the turnograph, but I actually, if I were to get this, I would get this with a blue dial with a Jubilee bracelet. That watch is going to be a classic. The Jubilee. I mean, this fucking Bukiak, he doesn't even know anybody. He pulls this up. You want the Jubilee bracelet with a blue dial. That's the one to get with the hidden clasp. This is garbage. You want only the blue dial one. Or the 70s or the 60s. I have two of them. I have two turnographs. That's how much I love turnograph.
I don't know if this is one you hate, Clive. Why would you not like this? This is cool.
No, I do like it. And I would like one of those. I've had like maybe one or two of the original ones, but of the Thunderbird. However,
very obscure, man. That's what I like. It's quirky, it's obscure, but it's still a very good looking watch. You got the red hand on this one. It's nice, man. It's very
Yeah, not to mention the red date, the roulette wheel.
Okay, should we pivot to homo talk? Okay, let's pivot to to homo action. I better get some fucking super chats from this because this is like we got comedy gold here, guys. We got comedy gold.
For sets, not reps. I'm trying to figure out how to get this music down.
Okay,
there we go.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so we got the Kukistan channel. Hang on, is this? Yeah, Kukistan. We got the Kukistan channel, and we got one of the. This guy's the mayor. He's the mayor of Kukistan.
Mathis says, "Oh no!" Meanwhile, he's laying in bed, getting fat. All right, we're gonna post the link, and then we're gonna get started with the workout. Paste. Chat.
Here's what I don't understand. Okay, hold on a second.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, here's what I understand. Okay, so I saw this. Okay, so he's gonna be lifting. This is a 25. I think is that a 10 or 25 pound? I mean, I could do more than that.
Like,
hold on. What is this outfit? What is this outfit? I'm gonna critique this outfit.
Getting a little warm up here.
What kind of? Hold on a second. He's wearing some sort of cotton t-shirt. But when I work out, or I do anything like, I usually wear that stuff that they make, which is like, what is it? They make the stuff out of nylon or whatever that material is. The stuff that basically absorbs sweat. Like cotton absorbs sweat. So when you sweat, you stay wet. I mean, it's like the dumbest thing.
Not sure what weight this is. We don't got 45 pound plates here. We got 35.
I wonder if Okuk is watching this, and this is probably some sort of masturbation material for the Kukistan channel. Hang on a second. I actually want to hear the music. This sounds like some sort of hang on a second. I want to hear this music in normal speed because this sounds like some sort of gay disco music. Hang on a second. Let's listen to this.
10s. So this is a lot. Which is blood flowing.
Yeah, it definitely has that. What's a Frankie Goes to Hollywood action? Which, by the way, great band. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Ooh, the best. Hang on a second. Let me do this. Hang on a second. I think they were gay though. I think which is whatever. I mean, the disco music that they have, whatever you called, Frankie Goes to Hollywood is probably, it's got to be one of the best bands ever. Watch this. By the way, I never knew. I never saw their videos until recently. I remember listening to their music, and I was told there's some sort of gay thing, but I had no idea. Like in the 90s or whatever, I never saw the videos. Then I see the videos, and say, holy shit, this is some this is some homoerotic stuff over there. Okay, so this fucking twink is lifting up. What is that? Is this a 25-pounder? Guys, what is this?
Make sure everything feels good.
Make sure it feels good. Is it 75? No.
Oh, pretty good. Take a little minute break. I actually use the watch in the gym a lot. Because otherwise I don't know what a minute break is. So while that's happening, let's add.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, 20 on each side.
Hang on. What is he doing?
On the other.
Okay. Is this how much is 50? Wait, 50? Yeah. Is he doing 100 now?
Probably do 3 sets of 10. Maybe finish off with a set of 8.
Okay. Hang on a second. We got a great. Okay, hang on a second. We got. I'm gonna pull up a great thing here. Okay. Okay, hang on. Okay, where's okay? Shit, where's our favorite? Okay, here we go. Okay, here comes the. Okay, here comes. Yeah, 1 second. Stupid ads. Okay, guys. Okay, so Diego Soyego is working out. He's working out. Frankie Goes to Hollywood was the best. Hang on a second. Okay, but we're going to give you something very close. We're going to give you something very close to Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Okay, so why is Soyego, the mayor of Kyrgyzstan, working out by himself in there when he can go to this place? Why isn't Soyego going to this place?
Come to Man's Country. See what we're all about and what we have to offer. Man's Country is a full facility, multi-level complex that was designed to.
I'm sorry. Hang on. No, I can play this at regular playback speed. Hang on. I'm sorry. You got to get the full effect. You got to get the full effect. Sorry, I'm going to rewind. Our favorite. This is our show sponsor.
Come to Man's Country. See what we're all about and what we have to offer. Man's Country is a full facility, multi-leveled complex that was designed to feature something.
Okay, so now you can see Diego working out with this guy. By the way, notice all the dirty Sanchez mustaches.
For everyone. Come to Man's Country.
This guy's just like Soyego. This guy could be work. This could be Soyego's workout buddy. Now listen carefully to the ad copy. This is fantastic ad copy. These guys were like, they definitely got awards. Adweek magazine award.
And develop your body.
Develop your body. Hang on. Wait. Let me back up. Listen to this great line. This is genius. This is like David Ogilvy of advertising.
Develop your body.
Wait, sorry, hang on. This is so genius. Hang on. I can back up. Sorry. I don't want to lose a second here. Okay. This is the David Ogilvy of advertising. Listen carefully.
Come to Man's Country and develop your body. Or a friendship with somebody else's.
Get it? Isn't that what a genius line? Develop your body or a friendship with somebody else's. And then he goes into the private room. By the way, they had like 20 or 30 of these private rooms where, apparently guys got together for, I don't know, to play checkers or discuss literature, Russian literature, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, in these private rooms. That's what went on there.
Visit us once and you'll come again and again.
Do you understand that? You visit once and you'll come again and again. Do you understand that? They get repeat customers. I guess that's what that means.
For the best workout in town, it's Man's Country, 28 West 15th Street.
Okay, there we go. So,
come to Man's Country. See what we're all about and what we have to offer.
I could watch this commercial like a million times. I think it's the best. Let's go back to playback speed. There we go. Okay. So back to where does Soyego live, by the way? Is he? Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong video. There we go. Share this tab. Okay, this is there. That's it. Okay, there we go. Okay. let's go back to Soyego. Where does this guy live? Is he in LA or something? Because that's where these twinks live. Usually LA. By the way, I have this on playback. It's going fast. So I don't know. Is he going fast or is that the video? Well, that's actually pretty good.
All right. I felt okay.
Okay, now he's ready to go to one of the private rooms, develop a friendship with somebody else's body, read some Dostoevsky.
Who we got in chat? Nobody. Good afternoon from Lakeland.
He's leaning over to chat.
What's up, man?
Hold on a second. Is this guy? Look at his arms. Why he's got no hair? Is this guy waxing his arms? Did Okuk groom this guy also to get a waxing, just like he groomed Artem, aka Tim Wright? Because from what I understand, again, before the Geneva trip, he took Tim Wright shopping. He took him shopping and also for a haircut and a manicure. Okay, so shopping, manicure, and haircut, and I think probably also to get his anus waxed and bleached. That's right, anus waxed and bleached. Unbelievable, but true. That's the rumor. Did Tim get waxed? Now this guy looks like his arms. By the way, the thing that I remember the first time I saw the Timepiece Gentleman guy, that Anthony Farrer, which was probably like early on. It was probably like in 2020 or something like that. Early on, before like he really, it was like probably early when he got involved with that other Mook. What's his name? Marco the Mook. Apparently, Marco was actually a valet driver. He was a valet parker in. I mean, anyway, so I remember seeing a video with this Anthony, and he's sitting there. He's like all pumped up, right? And I said, man, this guy's definitely waxing his. I mean, he just looked weird, Then I said, man, this guy's got to be gay, because, like, what kind of straight guy waxes his, body hair? It's a little, I don't know. I understand maybe, if you're like, I don't know, what do you call it? Would it be a bodybuilder or some other, homoerotic thing like that? It's a little weird, you know what I mean? So did Okuk pay? Is Okuk sending Diego body waxing coupons?
First he says, "Oh no," and they said, "Let's go." All right. That first 10 felt decent. A little bit off balance in that first few reps. Had to adjust my grip. And make sure I'm breathing between these sets.
What is this all about? Now I don't understand. Why is like, I mean, why is this guy doing a workout on a watch channel? This is going to be, I don't know, like an hour he's going to be working out. Like, why do I want to look at another guy work? I mean, like, why would I want to see? Like, is this like I'm getting is this a fitness channel? Let's see. I'm going to fast forward. Oh, he's going to the steam room. He's going to develop a friendship with somebody else's body. Hang on a second.
I also played golf yesterday, the first time in a year, which if you don't golf often, there's a lot of muscles that you don't use that get activated. And
oh my God, this is so.
You kick your ass.
This guy's voice is just so like, I don't know. What is this?
Just set to 12. What's the chat say? Diego training for Navy Bloods. No. And don't punish the chest more. Incline dumbbells. Bring it. I'll do those.
He's going to dirty
chest. Banging chest.
Look, he's doing.
I'm not done with chest.
No, I know, but
look at his mustache.
Yeah, because you didn't breathe right, bro.
Oh, bro,
hold your breath of working out.
It's a whole. That's one of those gay workout buddy things.
Have a good workout. I got some shit I'm doing.
This is just too much. Okay, hang on a second.
The issue with these was not the issue.
Now when he does this, I bet OC wishes he would. Can you imagine? OC probably is getting a hard on watching this because he's just picturing himself, moving in there, squatting over Diego, and it's a very, they can 69 each other. These, this is like this whole Chomoville, Kukistan action. Is he the Uber driver or something? I don't know what's going on with this. What is this is Oh, hang on a second. I saw another video. This is a great video. Hang on a second. I'm doing some research. Yeah, research. Yeah, okay. Hang on a second. Hang on. What is this called? It's called the okay, hang on a second. This is gonna be this is gonna be great. Okay, so hang on. This is sick. I'm gonna show you. This is gonna be this is gonna be okay. So so what happens is, I looked at that Man Country video, right? And all of a sudden YouTube, they see that, and all of a sudden they start feeding you, related content. So they feed me a video of another club, like Man Country. So I'm going to show you a video. It was a documentary by this guy, and you'll see this. It's called the Mine Shaft Club in New York. Now, actually, I remember hearing about this in the 90s. I remember hearing about that. The Mine Shaft. It was always like a joke. It was always a joke. Hey, you go to the Mine Shaft. Yes, because it was known as, because there was a couple of S&M clubs. Okay, in New York in the night, there was a place called, the Vault. They always used to run an ad on public access, and the Vault S&M club, Paddles, and then there was the gay club, which is Mine Shaft. I think the other clubs might have had mixed nights, but anyway, it was a Mine Shaft. So the Mine Shaft was in the meat pack in the meat packing district. Where else? I mean, no pun intended. Yeah, back when they actually had meat there, meat, like actual, butchery stuff. Now it's like a very expensive area. Okay, so what is going on here? How long are these guys? Okay, so now
do 1580 fields.
Okay, so now he's sitting there with his legs spread apart. Like this, again, the angle of all these things are subliminal. It's all subliminal stuff designed to basically lure in the okuk, right? I mean, this is like the who's watching this? Math. It's a whole. Okay, so hang on a second. Okay, so should we pivot? Do you guys want to pivot to Mine Shaft? You guys want to pivot to Mine Shaft talk, or you want to finish on this? Okay, so we're talking about Kukistan. We're talking about, I'm going to pivot to the Mine Shaft. This is great. Okay, so this guy is doing he's doing a documentary. I don't know. He does some.
And then, but later on, when I had to pee, I'm going to oblige.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Hang on. He's talking about peeing. Hang on a second. So we're at the right place. Hang on.
With a guy in it wanting to be peed on.
Okay, hang on. Hey guys. Okay, wait. Ready for this guy? There's a lot of stuff coming very quickly, so make sure you pay attention.
And as soon as I got to the bottom, there's a bathtub with a guy in it wanting to be peed on. I didn't pee on him then, but later on when I had to pee, I'm an obliging sort of guy, so okay, I peed on him.
Okay. So that's the Mine Shaft Club. I wonder if the dog trainer and Uncle Curly, that's Don Corleone of Chomoville, was there. And this guy, by the way, this guy, I don't know, he doesn't look gay to me. I don't know. Okay. There's a lot of homoerotic vibes. Is it Obama? Hold on a second. Is it Obama? Obama, hang on. Obama was Bathhouse Barry. Hang on a second. Obama, hang on, where is this? Obama basically was known for hanging out at the Man Country Bathhouse. Look how happy he is to see. Look how happy he is to see this guy. He's so happy to see this guy because he wanted to get peed on again. Hang on a second. So let's go back to this.
Gay men had discovered their freedom, their identity, and their ability to have sex whenever they wanted with whomever they wanted. I had used that summer to travel across country in between jobs and discover.
I'm going to put this on speaker. I don't need to hear all the details. I want to get this on speed here. This guy's like a historian of homosexuality, which is interesting for probably Uncle Chomo, aka Don Corleone. Excuse me, Don Corleone di Chomostan.
How to be gay, and I've recounted that in another episode. I met a bartender, Bo Ranillo. He became my summer boyfriend. I met friends through him. I learned how to socialize and meet guys and pick up guys. And when I returned,
okay, he's talking about meeting guys, picking up guys. I didn't know that you had to learn how to do that. Apparently, there's a whole process. It's like, how complicated could it be? I mean, you know, it's like the guys, they want the same thing. No, I mean, like, what is their secret move? Actually, there is. We know if you go to the airport bathroom in Minneapolis, the airport bathroom, if you're a politician, basically, I think you're supposed to put your hand under the door, under the stall, or your foot. There's a signal. There's actually, okay, this guy's correct. There are certain signals. Apparently, there's signals. There's like codes, like if you wear the handkerchief or something in one pocket, or what color. There's a whole...
in New York in late September. After that experience, I felt confident that I could tackle the New York City gay scene, which I had been daunted by before I left.
Daunted? It's daunting, the gay scene.
Well, 2 or 3 weeks after I got back, Bo and 3 other guys came to New York City. And the reason they came was that one of them, Chris, was a contestant in a nationwide male beauty contest sponsored by Blue Boy magazine, known as the Mr. Blue Boy contest. Chris was put up in a hotel by the contest organizers, and the
this guy seems like a very straight guy. I don't know. This is
contest was held at Studio 54, the famous disco of that era. And 3 other of his friends stayed with me. Not only did I know each of them, I'd actually slept with each of them during.
Oh, this guy bang. There's a lot of banging going on. This is the thing. I mean, it's like
the summer in San Diego. So it was a nice little bunch, and they wanted to do 2 things, which is what every gay male tourist in New York wanted to do in that era. 1, go visit Studio 54.
Okay, Studio 54.
The disco beacon of the era. It was an amazing place. There were celebrities, there were normal people, everybody dressed in costume, drugs taking place, sex taking place. It was amazing. And I was able to get them in because I'd been there several times and kind of knew my way around. As tough and as scrutinizing as the doormen were.
Studio 54 was the place to be. Apparently, it was very hard to get in again in the 70s. Or
so I took them there. We had a lot of fun. And then they wanted to go to the mine shaft.
The mine shaft
was the most famous underground.
Okay. Now we can go in normal speed because we got to hear in details what he has to say. Playback speed normal. Okay, let's hear this. Okay, this is fascinating.
Sex club of the era, and it was held in an old seedy building in a kind of the meat packing district, which at the time, unlike the stylish place it is today, was really where meat packing took place. There was
there was the meat, meat. There was literally the meat packing district. Yeah, I mean, I remember like up until the mid '90s, they still had like up until the late '90s, they still had. There was like the wholesale butchers or whatever up there, and now it's the most expensive real estate per square foot in Manhattan, probably.
Would be carcasses of cattle, beef, sides of beef, hanging in the doorways at dawn when you left the clubs, and cobblestone streets and blood on them from the carcasses. And it was kind of a messy area. When you get to the mine.
Oh, also, from what I understand, again, I was never in that area at night or in the morning, but apparently a lot of transsexuals, hookers, that's where they would hang out. That's basically that was their area, the tranny hookers. If you wanted to pick up a tranny hooker, that's where you would go. That was the place, basically.
Mine shaft. Well, that's another story.
Jonathan Quayle Higgins, if you're watching this, or Archie Luxury, this is where you would go.
I didn't know how to get into that place. I'd never been. It wasn't my cup of tea. I'm a demisexual. I need a connection with my sex.
So I didn't demisexual. Okay, I got to Google that. Actually, I don't know what that is. I have to Google that.
Know how to get my friends in. But I asked my best friend Chris, who was an habitué of the nightclub, and frankly,
I like this guy. This guy's a literate guy.
They would later die of AIDS, perhaps because he never curtailed those activities. Hey, Chris, can you get us in? And he said, sure. So in the evening in question.
Okay, look at this. You got the Dirty Sanchez mustaches. This is what you see. This is what you see all the watch bros doing now. You got Theo and Homo. You got what's his name? The fake aristocrat. You got the Piccolino, the Bukiak Piccolino. You got all these guys that are doing the Dirty Sanchez. Why are they doing the Dirty Sanchez? Because of this. They want to get admitted into the mine. Oh, Brown University. Look at this. Now, I don't know, Brown University, is that some sort of like innuendo? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
The 4 guys from San Diego, me and Chris, all had dinner together, dropped some drug, probably mescaline, and went down to the village to the meatpacking district and showed up at the mine shaft door. And sure enough, Chris got us in. And at the door, you took off some or all of your clothing and checked.
Okay, guys, now this is where it gets to the good part.
And then you spent the rest of the evening wandering around. Well,
hang on, look. Since we're getting to the good part, we're going to bring up one of our show sponsors. We're going to bring up the show sponsor because now we're getting to the good part. So we're going to bring up Baron Snoo Snoo.
I was only able to do this because I was on drugs and with friends. Otherwise, I never would have set foot.
Oh, excuses. I was on drugs. I went to the mine shaft. I was on drugs. I was with friends. I was with Uncle Curly. I was with the Okuk.
place. But I still stuck close to my friends.
I went there because they had a poetry reading. They were going to be discussing Russian literature, Dostoevsky at the mine shaft in one of the private rooms.
Never ventured out to explore the place. And when we finally all got back together at 5 and left and went to the Pink Teacup Cafe to sit and chat and have greasy spoon food served by battle axe waitresses that were used to gay men at that time of night, they all compared notes for their experiences, and I had nothing to share. I had missed it all.
Oh,
and I was a little bit bummed about
it.
that.
Wait.
Well, as it turns out...
Look at this. Look at this artwork. Look at this. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. This is something that Uncle Chomo, aka Creepy Curly, would appreciate. You got this muscular guy with a leather cap. I think he's wearing probably like a leather pants. He's got a Harley Davidson, beefy guy, and he's spanking. He's spanking another beefy guy over his lap. This is like something. What do you call it? This is like an Uncle Curly. This is what happens in Chomostan, in Chomostan, in Uncle Curly Town. I guarantee this is what Curly would be into.
2 nights later, we decided to
look at that paddle. He's got the paddle.
Return to the mine shaft for a second
the details.
And this time,
now can you imagine this guy? I mean, probably this Diego wishes he could be bent over this guy's lap and getting a spanking, or no, I think it's a paddling.
I wasn't going to be denied. So after we got up to the main room where I'd hung out the entire time on my first visit, I left my friends.
Oh, this is fun. Okay, school for lower education. You get this? There's a lot of funny stuff. Okay, school for lower education. Okay.
And intrepidly went down the stairs into the basement floor, which was where everything was happening.
Uh-oh.
And as soon as I got to the bottom, there's a bathtub with a guy in it wanting to be peed on.
Oh.
I didn't pee on.
Okay, there's a guy in a bathtub who wanted to get peed on. Is that Okuk? It's got to be Okuk. Who else would want to get peed on? It was probably Okuk because, we saw that video of him. We saw that video who was auditioning. He's got roller skating. He's dancing to disco. He's got a Dirty Sanchez mustache. He's got the whole outfit.
On him then, but later on when I had to pee, I'm an obliging sort of guy. So, okay, I peed on him.
You peed on OC.
Then I wandered around and I went into the back room, the dark room, where sex took place furtively, anonymously in the dark.
Furtively. This guy's a literate guy. I like. He went there to discuss Russian literature.
Now I knew what went on in those places, but I'm screwed up on drugs and I'm exploring. And as I wander through, somebody pulls me up against him, unbuckles my pants from behind, drops them to my ankles, and starts fucking me.
What?
And then quickly enough, somebody in front of me drops his trousers, backs up onto my dick, and I'm fucking him. And there we were in a sandwich.
I mean, this is all happened like, just randomly. I mean, this is like
me being fucked and fucking
a sandwich. Hold on a second.
At the same time.
Should I back up? Because we need to hear this again. We need to hear this is a good part. Okay.
His trousers backs up.
Wait, hang on. This sounds like I want to. Just in case we have Curly and Okuk, Uncle Chomo and Okuk tuning in. I don't want them to miss out on this. This is history.
Starts fucking.
Wait, hang on. Shit. Let me back up. This is it's the most replayed, ironically, here. Okay, let me
peed on him. Then I wandered around and I went into the back room, the dark room, where sex took place furtively, anonymously in the dark. Now I knew what went on in those places, but I'm screwed up on drugs. And I'm exploring, and as I wander through, somebody pulls me up against him.
Hang on, we got Watch Nicholas. Watch Nick. Does this sound like something that happened to you when you visited Uncle Chomo in Illinois when you were interning at the electrical thing, with Vito?
Unbuckles my pants from behind, drops them to my ankles, and
wait. This is what happened to Curly. You unbuckled Nicholas's pants from behind. Nick, does this sound familiar?
Starts fucking me. And then quickly enough, somebody in front of me drops his trousers, backs up onto my dick, and I'm fucking him. And there we were in a sandwich. Me being fucked and fucking at the same time. This is not my style. I've never done anything like this, but I'm screwed up on drugs. Why not?
You got a picture of Curly right here.
Soon enough.
Oh, hold on a second. We got the goatee. Okay, we're getting a close-up of Curly.
I came. And when I did.
Is this Curly? I think this is Curly. Tell me. Watch Nicholas. Does this man look Watch Nicholas, does this man look like somebody you know? Watch Nicholas, is that Curly?
Pulled up my pants, buckled them back up, left, wandered around a little.
Is that Curly or is that another member of the watch community?
bit more, peed on the guy, I think, and then went back upstairs to join my friends. Finally, I had experienced it.
Okay.
Well, about 5 or 6 in the evening, we go to check out at the front desk.
Okay. Oh, what happened? His Rolex got stolen. That's what happens when you go to the mine shaft.
The check-in area, and I go to get my clothing, the parts that I had checked. I had kept my pants on, obviously, during the sex. And when I go to...
Kept his pants on during the sex? What? Okay, I'm confused. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, how does it
pull
work?
my wallet out to leave a tip. Guess what? The wallet was missing.
Oh,
It had been pickpocketed.
he got he got rear-ended and pickpocketed. I mean, talk about getting screwed.
Well, by design, 2 or 3 days later, we all went to Washington, D.C. to the first ever National Gay March on Washington, lesbian and gay march on Washington, D.C. And it was a lot of fun. And I have some photos which I'll share from that experience.
Can you imagine?
And at the end of the weekend of celebration and protest, we all got together at a beer blast at the Lost and Found bar, which is the big main gay male disco in DC. And we're sitting there on
Lost and Found. I don't know. I don't get that. There's no like punchline to that. Lost and Found. Like, what is that? There's no like, mine shaft. I get it. I kind of get it. Okay, mine shaft. You get it. There's a whole shaft. I get it.
bar stools late in the afternoon. And all of a sudden I think, oh no, my ass had begun to burn.
Nick, did this happen to you?
And I was fearful of what it might mean. I cut my trip short and left that evening or the next morning, went back to New York. I had to use friends to get a referral to my first gay doctor. He inspected me, examined me, and said, yep, you've got gonorrhea.
Got gonorrhea. He got pickpocketed, got gonorrhea, got fucked in the ass, and pickpocketed. Okay, I don't want to get into this. Okay, let's get back to the other. Let's get back to the other homo action here. Speaking of homo action,
I see nothing in WhatsApp. I think you said Instagram Mathis. All right, 22 viewers. What's up? Got plates and chronos. Where is that? I always forget what this one's called. It's like Revival, Defy Shadow, or something like that.
What is this? What is this garbage yet? What is this? What is this guy wearing some garbage on his wrist with what the? Okay. Is there anything? Should we comment on anything else on this channel? This Cuckistan channel, the Cuckistan channel. What are they talking about? Oh, they're talking about what are they talking about? They're talking about Aquanaut. Oh wow, that's like incredible. Wow. Lange. Oh wow. Oh, this is interesting. Watch. What is this? What is this? This is are they talking vintage? No, they're not gonna be talking vintage. Uh-oh. These bukiaks are moving into our territory.
Let's see. Patek Philippe.
Uh-oh.
I don't want black. I hate black.
There's this pattern, which is a little bit.
Yeah, that's on the right track.
Oh shit! See these guys? Look at this. These bukiaks. They're, these guys are a year behind. They're a couple of years behind. We were talking about this stuff. Years. Well, this channel is only really a year, 2 years old, and we've been talking about this from day one. Now these bukiaks are catching on to this. Just like I've been telling you guys, the vintage is where it's going. Even these mooks, these bukiaks, what do you call it? The Soyego channel is getting into vintage, which, by the way, I think is very bullish, because if Soyego and all these groomer people get into vintage, price is going to go up.
They try.
I don't know what pattern that is.
I don't know, but it's something that's like, it's something that they used to do all the time. Everybody's grandpa had one. And
yeah, this might be
fucking, yeah. That's something like that is what I want.
So I think that.
Look at that. One of these Cuckistanis. One of these Cuckistanis wants to get into vintage. Can you imagine that? What would Archie have to say about that? Oh my God, the watch is too small. Oh, it's 32 millimeter. Too small.
It might just be cropped, but they take the, on the bottom of your Tiffany Blue Patek, it's probably this portion right here.
Yes.
That's what you want, but you want it on the top.
Yeah, I want something like that, a little bit lighter, but like I just want it for when I feel like being for like if
belly scales.
I'll tell you what I want. I want a Patek. I want my Patek to be the watch I grab if Evan G, America, and Rose Paul start getting real cunty about wine, and I'm like, let me go open a bottle. We'll watch.
Yeah, talking about wine and yeah, this is. I mean, guy, I got it. I mean, seriously, this channel is gayer than the. This channel is gayer than that mine shaft. This channel is gayer than the
Where will I
mine
do
shaft.
this? I want my little cunty Patek. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't want a fucking sky dweller on Jubilee. You know, I don't want that. That doesn't make sense.
Let's see. I think that might be. Yeah, that's the only one. I don't know what this pattern's called. I'll show it to you. Not in. I don't like it in black.
Basically, I want the watch. I want the watch to look like it came off an Inglorious Bastard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is this
Nope.
pattern called?
I don't know.
Hold on. It's like
This is actually a really funny comment by Rolex.
wake up to yourself, cunt.
Straps.
That AP, they saw the numbers and they went, these things are flying off the shelves. We need to react. Am I crazy? Am I taking crazy pills?
No, I mean, all the brands are doing that. AP is just stepping on the gas because they now have a female CEO. And one of the watches that's fucking gone crazy for women the last 5 years is a Royal Oak. You know, other brands, they don't really, you know, there's nothing, like, what are you fighting for from anything outside of Rolex, Cartier, AP? Women don't like the RM. So like, don't even start with that bullshit. If you can go into the fucking wild and find 1 out of 1,000 and come back and say, I found 1 out of 1,000, that's not enough data. Most women barf when they see a fucking RM.
How many women do you know that are like super into motorsports and crazy technology and innovation of movements?
In my
that
life,
like,
none.
That
In
they're
my
like,
life,
I
none.
need an RM. I want an RM.
In my everyday life, none.
That does that mean that they don't exist?
Wait, these guys, what women? These guys are into other dudes. These guys are hanging out at the bathhouse. What are they talking about? Women? I mean, what is a women talk? I mean, come on, guys. Let's.
This
You guys should
there's
keep it
probably
real.
some, but is it enough to completely change your, you know?
Dude, they got a female CEO. I mean, pretty much enough said, right? That's what it is. She's pressing on the gas. They just had a big event at was it Art Basel?
CQ says women love watches as well, but most heavy women collectors I know don't like female specific watches, more focused on size and diamonds, etc. AP is playing a dangerous game. I think they're trying to get away from.
And then like, what, like, do we even have to have?
What is this talk? Okay,
wrong.
what the fuck are these guys?
Bright blue is the man.
These Kokastanis. Anyway, what are we back to? So we talked about open Kim. Yeah, they should open the Kim Crawford. All right, so what do we talk? So today's what did we learn today? We learned what did we learn? We learned about we were covering the Archie discussion, which was earlier, and then we pivoted. We pivoted to the world of Kokistan, the Kokistan channel, and the Chomoville channel, and Curly, who is the Don Corleone, the godfather of Chomostan. That's what happened. That's what happened, guys. All right. We covered everything. Thank you to our show sponsors. We got heavy hitters here. Sozo, 900 rupees. We got Baron Snoo, 5 pounds. Sam Davidson, 5 pounds, British money. So this is big money. We got heavy hitters coming into this channel. And you know what? You know who subscribed to our channel and become a subscriber is Clyde. That's right, Clyde. Clyde the Klansman. Clyde the Klansman. Clyde Watch Wrangler is now a subscriber to the channel. Not a pay. He's not a baron, but he's a member. We know what you like. You like the mine shaft coverage. Yeah, you like the mine shaft stuff. You know what we'll do is let's you know what, just to close out the show, let's do what's the band we were talking about before? Welcome to the Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Which was the better video, the Relax or Welcome to the Thunderdome? Frankie Pleasure Dome. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Pleasure Dome.
You know,
okay, hang on. So this is not
most
gonna
people
go
quit
quick.
their New Year's resolutions by the second Friday in January. It's actually called Quitter's Day. This year, let's quit quitting.
Chomo stand.
In song and in dance, I express myself as a member of a higher community. I have forgotten how to walk and speak.
What is this? I've
I am
never
on
seen
the
this
way
before.
toward flying into the air, dancing. My very gestures express enchantment.
Wow, this
I
is like
feel
80s.
myself a god. Supernatural sounds emanate from me. I walk about enchanted, in ecstasy like the gods I saw walking in my dreams.
Wow.
I am no longer an artist. I have become a work of art.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
Is this the original video? Wait, this looks too straight. this is not for the Kukistan channel. Well, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon.
The world is my oyster.
Oh wait, hold on. Is this on high speed? Is this on high replay? No, we got to hear this in real time. This is good stuff. Oh fuck this. That's got to be real time. This is amazing music, by the way. That sounds like a mine shaft.
Animals are winding me up. The general car, the general car. Inside the Kubla Khan, Pleasure Dome, erect. Using my power, I sell it by the hour.
Look at the dirty Sanchez mustache, the guy on the left.
So I'm on it, you really can't afford it. Yeah. Really can't afford it.
Like Patek, that's right, like Patek. You can't afford it. The cubitus. It's not for people who can't afford it.
Stars never stop, even when they reach top. Shooting stars never stop, even when they reach the top. There goes a supernova, why not push over, yeah? There goes a supernova, why not push over? We're a long way from home. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, on our way home. Going home where lovers roam, long way from home. Welcome to the Pleasure I will give you diamonds by the shower. Love your body even when it's up. Do it just only I can do it.
Where is Uncle Chomo? This is we got this mine shaft club. Where is Uncle Chomo and Curly? Excuse me, O'Cuck.
Never ever doing what I'm told. Shooting stars never stop, even when they reach the top. Shooting stars never stop, even when they reach the top. There goes the supernova, What up for sure, yeah. There goes a supernova. What up for sure, we're a long way from home. Welcome to the Fashion Dome. On our way home. Going over the Vacheron. Long way from home. Welcome to the
I bet all these guys wear Lange Söhne watches. For sure, this is a Lange Söhne collection. Uh-oh. Yeah, definitely Lange Söhne. This is a definitely Lange Söhne over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on there? Is that Curly's wife? Is that Curly's wife? She looks like about 500 pounds. Could be like Curly. What is going on with these people? What's going on? We don't want to know. Okay, there you go. That's Curly. That's Don Corleone right there. Don Corleone, seen in person. Unbelievable, but true. Unbelievable.
Gotta reach the top, don't stop. They love it, oh my. You
Ooh. Ah, is that Diego? This looks like Soyego. Is this Soyego from the Kakistan? Getting groomed. We got Okuk somewhere in the room. Ooh. Look at this. I have never seen this video before. Unbelievable. This is very daring for the 80s.
Shooting stars never stop. Shooting stars never stop. Shooting stars never stop. Even when they reach the top. Here goes the supernova. What up for sure.
Uh-oh.
Even when they reach the top. There goes the supernova. What up for sure, yeah. There goes the supernova.
Okay, this looks like a scene from the mine shaft. You got Curly, Okuk, and one of the other Kakistanis. Oh, you got there you go. You got the leather harness and all that. There you go. Uh-oh. He's holding a snake. Here. She's there. Holy shit. Wow, there you go, guys. All right, hope you got your money's worth here. That was it. That was Juan. Juan was definitely in there. Juan and Kino were outside. You know the part where the car pulls up. Juan and Kino were outside that club, stealing hubcaps. That's right, they were stealing hubcaps. Back in the 80s, Juan and Kino were stealing hubcaps, and now they're getting deported. January 21st, El Trump comes in, and those two bukiaks are getting deported back to La Isla de Cucarachas. You know what a cucaracha is? You Google it. You Google it. That's right. Juan and Kino being deported to La Isla de Cucarachas y Basura. That's right. Not just cucarachas, Basura also. Unbelievable. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.